been reporting on the COVID. They're not doing reports now. No more cases than average. The map Friday showed every county in the state of Kentucky green except for one. And that was up there close to Logan County area. And it was still showing yellow. We need to remember Jack Crowley that's not here with us today. Jack's trying to rehab a little bit, I think. And so we need to remember him this morning as we go into our prayer time. And of course, remember it's Easter week. And all that being said and done, two other things I'd like to do. I'd like to introduce Hannah Polachek and then Olivia Moore that came to us from another position in the county. She's going to be the new county clerk, and Hannah's supposed to be our backup, so we're doing a training session today between everybody that's up here. So I called Hannah my portion lady because she came out of the restaurant business and I couldn't come up with her first name. And she's still working with portions of the budget as we spend it. So, okay, with all that being said, Jason, you'd like to go further this morning?
Dear God, thank you for this day that you've given us, and thank you for all your many blessings. And Lord, just be with this court as we conduct the business of the county, that everything that we do will be pleasing and edifying to you. And Father, we pray for Jack as he goes through the rehab process, that you'll completely heal him. And we pray for each and every member in our community that's hurt, and just lift them up to you, and each and every person that's lost loved ones, Lord. We pray for comfort for those families. And just lead, guide, and direct us to the rest of this week, and go with us as we do the business of the county. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. Okay, let's all meet together with the pledge to American flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I remember one meeting I was attending, they asked me to do the pledge to the flag. And I was sitting there and I couldn't think, what is the pledge to the flag? You know what I mean? You know. And Tyler was sitting there in front of me and I said, Tyler, I said, I went blank. I said, I can't remember how you start the pledge to the flag, and many times I've done it. He said, I'll wait to come to you. And I said, well, tell me the first word. You know what I'm talking about, Tyler? Said, well, I can't think of it. But the good Lord took care of me. When it came time to pledge the flag, it came right out. So, anyhow, that was kind of interesting that I couldn't remember the pledge to the flag. It's good to have everybody here in Fiscal Court this morning. I know we got a lot of different people here for different reasons, and I tried to come up with some kind of excuse to be able to give one or two of you a break, but I couldn't give 20 people a break this morning. One other thing I need to announce that Child Abuse Day is supposed to be at 10:30 today. And it usually draws a pretty good crowd. I don't know whether we want to take a recess at that time and go downstairs for about 20 or 30 minutes. They had a walk scheduled from the square to the courthouse, and was going to do a ceremony out in front of the courthouse about child abuse cases, and I don't know exactly how it's going to turn out, whether it's going to be pouring down rain and whether it's just going to gather here at 10:30 or what. So I guess I need to know the pleasure of the court on that.
They said rain or shine, but I don't know that they knew it was going to be this much rain when they said it.
Yeah. So, is it okay for the court to take a break at that time, or y'all want to continue to have court?
Doesn't matter to me one way or another. I don't have any place to be.
I'm good with it.
Okay. Well, somebody keep an eye on the time. Okay, first thing this morning is approval of the minutes, March 22nd court meeting, regular scheduled court meeting.
Move to approve as presented.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion and second on the regular minutes. Days, any questions? Okay, let's have a roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, special call court meeting, March 31st of 22. Those minutes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Now, is there any question? Okay, if not, let's have a roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, next item of business is the bill list and the supplemental bill list.
Motion to approve the bill list and supplemental bill list as presented.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Question?
Judge, we probably need to talk about this AT&T charge that's for
We've
the,
been trying to get a hold of them. I don't
Yeah.
know.
well, I don't think, I went over to the 911 center and met with Ginger, and I called her rep, which is the person that's over the 911 stuff, and they've been trying to reach out to we've been trying to get a hold of whoever's the salesperson for our bill. So, I mean, it's went up more than double. It's like a lot of money. And, but Ginger's not on the list of people that can contact them. She's not, I don't know who is, but we definitely got to.
Last page. Well, page 10 of 11.
That's on page 10 of 11. It's
12 grand.
12
grand.
It's usually like 3 or 4 thousand. And what the lady told me on the phone was that it's been an issue that an initial contract expired and then they put us on some crazy contract. They just got to get it fixed back to a different contract. It's not as expensive, but we can't get anybody to answer. Like I said, Ginger's tried, but Ginger's not really point of contact for the billing. So I don't know really who is, but we got to get that fixed. Or we spoke to Derek. Derek said we could do something at the EOC to put that. It's for the pager system. For the pager sends out the page. We can put something at the EOC that will do it across the air, and we won't even have to have that line. And it's like $6 grand or something. It was like one time deal.
So is that as,
And that right, Ginger?
is that as dependable?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Exactly, a no-brainer.
Yeah. So
Win-win situation. Less
Yeah.
money and you get rid of AT&T.
So what would the next step be on that?
He's
Well-
looking into all that. He has to get a license, another FCC license, and some radio equipment and stuff like that. And he was looking into it, and we did go ahead and put it in my budget for next year, the cost that we thought it would be. So, I mean, because it's something he's working on, but I have reached out to AT&T. Like Tyler said numerous times, I followed up with emails. I've done a lot of emails. That way I have a paper trail. And I emailed again and asked, do you have anything, any updates or anything for me? Because my representative for the 911 part of it put me in touch with somebody that could give me some type of alternate solutions. And he hasn't gotten back with me yet. His name's Nick, but I'm waiting.
Are they trying to do that a month?
Yeah.
They're trying to
So if
do
we
it
wait
every
3 or
month.
4 months,
But it's kind of, our hands are tied right now until we can, and Derek said, I mean, as soon as he can get the equipment in and he can do the work, it's just getting everything. And some of the equipment we already, he already has, but,
well, we got something with him where he can get the parts as long as it's not over 10. What is it? So much percent over.
18, isn't it?
18% over cost or something. And he can get it right. Is that what we did? So.
But I feel like
I don't know if I want to wait till next budget year to have 2 more months of 12 out.
Well, and I think the best thing would be getting it all on radio equipment anyway, because Derek works on my radios, that way he will be in charge of the pagers as well.
Yeah, I think you need to keep on moving with that, but we still need to deal with AT&T. And maybe the judge's office or the treasurer, whoever's listed as the point of contact. My experience is to get AT&T call you back, because when you call or you go online and make a request, put on their you gotta be careful, because we're dealing with 911 stuff, but you want to terminate a line, and you'll get a phone call back real quick when you say that. When you start talking about my bill's wrong, or I want a discount, they don't like to call back. when we
Right.
talk to them about
Well,
it.
Amanda, do you know who the contact is?
That line, go, you know, many people we've had contact us, nobody wants to touch that line. You take Scott Green and the different ones, nobody wants to touch that line. If they do, they're accepting 100% responsibility for information getting there as quick as it does.
Amanda said her and Hannah will get on the phone this afternoon.
Okay.
Get a hold, I think they've got a contact, so. But either way, long term, I think we need to do the other things. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up.
Okay, we're waiting on the vote, I guess, huh? Okay, let's have a roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle, Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yeah. Okay, next treasurer report.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I do have several things this morning. In your folders, we have a copy of the financial statement ending March 31st, 2022, the Finance Officer's Appropriation Conditional Report, as well as a list of encumbrances, and our third-party financial statement, also ending March 31st of 2022. The general fund balance on March 31st was $1,833,381.03. Road fund, $584,173.49. Jail fund, $116,636.77. LGEA, $81,118.32. Federal grants, $54.68. Solid waste recycling, $530,035.20. Parks and Rec, $500,543.62. Occupational tax, $7,095,470.34. Life skills, $153,568.08. 911 fund, $61,027.11. Health insurance fund, $507,018.57. ARPA fund, $2,635,123.64. And special reserve, $4,185,285.63. For a total of all funds, $18,283,436.48.
Move to acknowledge the treasurer's report as presented.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second on the report and knowledge of other reports. I guess you want to throw in knowledge of other reports. Tom?
Sure, the appropriations and conditions, and what was the other one?
Purchase orders and third-party financial.
Purchase order, got that one, and the third-party financial.
Okay, I got a second?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Second.
Any questions? If not, let's have a roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle, Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes.
There's a list of budget transfers in your folder that we need to get approved. Janice, did you all get the budget transfers in their folder?
yes.
I don't think I got
Are they in
it.
their folders, these things? It may not be in the correct order, it should be in there. Might have got clipped to that other stuff.
Okay, was it brass in hand with this, maybe?
Oh, it's on your left side of your folder, it wouldn't fit in the right side.
Okay, here it is.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right there they are.
There we go. Thank you. Watching that.
On the left side, did you look on the left side of the folder? It's probably not in the right order or something. It was so much.
Here's another copy of it. I can reprint mine.
So we put the broadband stuff into its own line item or into a...
Yes, we've had to create encumbrances on that since you all have actually signed the contracts on it. So we moved the money into the appropriate line items in that fund.
I'll make a motion to approve the budget transfers as presented.
Okay, got a motion and second on the budget transfers. Any question?
Thank you, Barry.
Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport? Yes. Bright?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Logan?
Yes.
Chick?
Yes.
Today I do have 2 cash transfers for you. We need to transfer $110,000 from the Occupational Net Profits Tax Fund to the jail fund.
I make a motion.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and second on the cash transfer. Question?
110.
Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport?
Yes.
Wright?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Bolden?
Yes.
Chick?
Yes.
And we need to transfer $40,000 from the Occupational Net Profits Tax Fund to the 911 fund.
So moved.
Second.
Have a second?
Yeah, Tyler.
Okay. All right, question? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport?
Yes.
Wright?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Bolden?
Yes.
Chick?
Yes.
And that's all I have for you today.
Okay, road work request, Tyler.
District 1, continue maintenance. Appreciate everything, Kelly.
District 3, just continue maintenance. Appreciate all the blacktop, all the hard work. Thank you.
District 4, continue maintenance. Thank you for all the hard work.
Everything good. District 5, thanks.
District 6, continue maintenance. Thank you for everything. And then have we got any information on the, those entrance removals? I don't even know where Kelly's at.
He's right there.
you
He's
are.
right there.
Keep on hiding behind him. You heard anything on getting those entrances torn down? Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, y'all heard the road work request, question, or motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, is there any question now? If not, let's have roll call.
Davenport?
Yes.
Wright?
Yes.
Harper?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Bolden?
Yes.
Chick?
Yes. Okay, elected officials. Mayor. Okay, okay, Phil.
I had to raise my hand, I was hidden back there.
I didn't see you with that shirt on. You blended in.
Thank you, Judge Chick, and good morning, court. Good morning. Got some handouts. Just put one in, Jack. Okay, today we have a total of 198 in our jail, 118 county, and 80 state. We're up a little bit on our county. But I don't know if there's anything we can do about that.
What was that 9% more was supposed to have
I think it's more than, yeah.
Total,
If we can only hold 82,
Well, you got 109%.
that's
yeah.
total both
That's
sides.
189%.
On the county side, we have 189%.
Oh, okay, yeah, well, I can see it.
Yeah, so we are
Yeah.
extremely overcrowded.
They kick a bunch out there.
I don't have that authority. I don't arrest them, I don't prosecute them, I don't sentence them, and I don't release them. All I do is house them. Even though I get credit for a lot of that other stuff I just mentioned, I have nothing to do with that.
Okay, any questions on this?
I have a few things I'd like to bring up,
Okay, well,
Judge.
then that's fine, but if I
Yeah.
want to know if I had questions about this report. Okay.
The roof,
Yeah, I was wondering how the roof was coming.
it's leaking very well. So,
Yesterday, probably sure enough was, last night.
Does it only leak when it rains?
only when it rains. That's amazing, isn't it? But, we need to get something done about that. I don't know, I think the bid process.
We got one bid.
Oh, what, one bid? Well, how about that? See if you can get them come down today if you award it to them. Because it is a serious situation. It's causing a health situation with mold. It's leaking on top of individuals that work their desk.
Wow.
We got to get it fixed. Whatever it takes. I mean, we just need to get it fixed. If you have to declare an emergency order or something, we need to get it fixed. Jail inspector's been down, he's written us up for it. We got to get it fixed. Now, on a better note, hopefully, we're going to get a per diem increase, $4 per day per state inmate.
Whoa, I didn't hear you. Don't get a point.
A per diem, a daily rate, the state will pay us a daily rate, an increase of $4
Per person.
per person per day.
State.
That is,
Yeah.
state, yeah. And that helps offset the cost on the county side too. That's why we, and that amongst other things.
$120 a day based on today's numbers.
It's about 13%.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So we're still waiting. It hasn't passed the governor's veto or, approval. He's got a couple of days left to either veto it or approve it. It's passed the Senate and it's passed the House. So hopefully he will not veto it. And we will get that increase, $4. It'll go from $31.34 to $35.34. And based on our numbers today, that'll be $120,000. So, Judge, I guess we need to figure out when we can put that into our projected revenue and our budget.
I guess as soon as it's
Passed, I guess it
as soon as it's passed, I guess.
It's
Or
passed it. We're waiting on the governor to either sign it or veto it.
what's his deadline on that?
2 days from today.
2 days. Okay.
And this will start July 1st, I'm
Right.
saying I got.
Right.
So,
Well, that's all I have. I'll leave you on a good note, hopefully.
We've already acknowledged your budget.
We acknowledge
That we
it.
just acknowledge, we can still change it.
That's good.
okay, I was glad to see that one bid come in.
Yeah.
Because that situation down there, we were going to have to do something. We're going to have to declare an emergency. Maybe we can, you know what I'm talking about, accept these bids, and this person might be able to get on it pretty quick.
I would hope
don't have
so.
no idea who it's from, but we got it.
It's preferred construction services.
We'll find out in about an hour.
All righty.
Thank you.
Thank you, Court.
Thank you.
Okay, Steve?
Just need to get the fee report acknowledged today.
Motion to approve the sheriff's March fee report.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion second on sheriff fee report. Questions?
I was looking at it last night, like you had 13,000 add-ons. What is add-ons? At the bottom.
I would have to, I cannot remember exactly how that's worded, but it's, I will get that answer to you.
It said 13,000 something add-ons.
Yeah, I'll have to give the bookkeeper, make sure I tell you the correct reason for that, but I'm not 100% on that one. That's something that the state auditors started requiring us to add on to, it's fees, obviously.
Sure.
But I'll have to get the correct definition for you.
Of course, add-ons a lot better than takeaways.
Right, yeah, that's, it's,
I just wondered,
yeah, no, I'll get you the answer on that one. That's something that we just started doing a while back, and I'm not quite sure the exact terminology, but it's something we used to do before, but they made us change the name.
Property taxes.
Is it property taxes? It's the property taxes.
Okay, any other questions?
Which is a good add-on. It's the 21% penalty that we receive off the property taxes.
Any other questions? If not, let's have roll call.
Davenport? Yes. Wright?
Yes.
Harper?
Yes.
Kyle?
yes.
Bolden?
Yes.
Chick?
Good.
I do have a question and a request, depending on how you answer the question, I guess.
Yes.
Can we go ahead and put out bids for vehicles?
And I guess it'd be for next year.
Well, it would. The second part of that is, I guess, it's a bid process, and I need to get a bid process started because of inventory is available now. And then I guess the legal part of it is we get that bids put out, and then I can come back and talk to you about other options.
Do you have money to buy one right now?
No, I won't have it technically till July, but if we get the bid process going, then I was going to maybe see if we could look at contingency money, purchase now, and then take it out in July. You would get it back in July.
What did you say for what? I didn't get.
For cruisers,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
How many are you thinking for next budget?
three, yeah.
Well, with the market being the way it is right now with vehicles, if you know we got some in stock, I'd hate to see us miss a chance.
Right, well, that's kind of what I felt, but I was going to that's why I wanted to ask you guys about it. I've got one of the Explorers, I can't find parts to fix it. One of the other Dodge Chargers that has high mileage, we're trying to get fixed. And then I've got another vehicle that's rear-wheel drive, and it's like 150-something thousand miles. So I've got three vehicles I could replace that need replacing.
Are you going to replace with what's available, or you got a cruiser in mind, Explorer, Durango?
The Durangos, honestly, that's what I hope to stay with consistently. The Chargers, they've changed their outfitting on how they are. They've changed their engine and transmission specs, and the Durangos, they have better ground clearance, and honestly, they've made them bigger and better than the Dodge Charger, but you still have that handling and capability that the Charger had.
When you're talking about expenditure in this money, the reason
Well, I felt like we needed to, if I could get approval to put the bids out and go ahead and start accepting bids, and then, depending on what court thought of, sooner the better, if you ask me.
Next court meeting, I got to hand them the budget.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, it could be after that.
That's reasonable, my concern.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I mean, it would be after that. I mean, So, I mean, I think the main step was just to get, if we could go ahead and get the bids out, and then, you know, we can come back in a month or whatever and discuss that part of the option, but it was just something I wanted to bring forth.
I mean, I understand you bringing it up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost impossible to get anything.
Yeah.
We're still waiting on an ambulance that we ordered over a year ago.
Yeah, well, that is a concern, and we battled that last time. But I think the main objective was if we can go ahead and submit the bids, send the ads out, and get that part started.
Are those on any kind of state contract?
You can get them state, but it's a whole different hoops to jump through. Like, every feature listed, you have to go and make sure it's on like the door lock mechanisms.
Make sure it's on the contract.
It's on the contract. Honestly, from what I learned last year, the bid process and the state process is not far off.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit easier to work with.
I don't have a problem with it, because you jump, everybody waits till the 1st of July.
Right, yeah, I mean,
Turn to bid in at one time.
if we could just start the bid process and advertise, then, you know, I'll go from there. We'll bring it back up after we get through the budget stuff.
Yeah, I definitely think we need to jump on it if you know there's some in stock. Miss out on that, like you said, July 1, everybody's going to.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's what I've been told. That they were already jumping on it.
Yeah.
So we'll, do I have to get that approved by court, or can we, Janice, go ahead and do that for me?
You gotta approve it, don't you, advertise?
Can we go ahead and approve to advertise that out, Judge?
Well, it's, you know, of course, it's up to court. We can start the process, but now, like I said, the money won't be available in July.
What's the odds of a vehicle being available before then?
It is. It's
They are,
ready.
right?
Yeah, they are available.
I guess we need to, with the bid process, not to take delivery after.
They would.
And then just advertise it for July 1 delivery day.
Okay.
Payment in July 1
I
or
mean,
first
you can
week of
advertise
July?
it right now for July 1 delivery day. That's how I would advertise it.
Okay. I'm fine with that. I would take earlier, but I'll take either way.
But I mean, we just can't.
Well, I understand. It's a little, and I get that. So, I mean, if we can approve the advertisement, and then I can
You're
get that
working
ahead.
with it, they're okay setting those back for you? And
They will.
they'll get paid July 1?
Yeah, they will, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
We do it all the time.
Yeah, they will. Yeah.
We accept a bid for something that's going to be paid in the future, so.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. I appreciate it.
Do we need to go ahead and?
Yeah, we'll put that in the motion, allow the sheriff to put out for bids, new cruisers
Yes.
for a July 1, 2022
Yeah, 3.
delivery day. 3 new cruisers.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, you restate your motion, Thomas.
Allow the sheriff to advertise for 3 new police cruisers now for a July 1, 2022 delivery date.
Okay, and you second it. Okay. Any other questions?
And then 3 work for the budget for next year.
Yes.
Already.
Yeah. I've worked them in the proposal.
Let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
And again, thank you very much for that. But also, while Kelly's here, I appreciate Kelly and the judge allowing some guys to come out and help us Friday on the incident that we had on Highland Road with road closures and keeping the public back while we dealt with that. So I appreciate Kelly for doing that, and the judge letting him. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Scotty.
Come on, court. Good morning. Guess first, I need to do the fee report, please, for March.
Motion to acknowledge the March 2022 fee report from the clerk.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second to approve the fee report. Questions?
We all probably got dollars in that budget too, March 31st.
Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes.
Judge and we've got a small plumbing problem at the office, so I just want to bring to y'all's attention. It's on two of the toilets. We're having trouble finding where the sewer line goes out and connects to the city. So not really sure what we're going to have to do. We've got the 811 group called, and they're going to come and mark things, and we're probably going to go on one side of the building with a little backhoe and get Kennedy Plumbing to do that for us, and as an initial, just to see if they can locate it. If not, we'll just have to go from there. We still do have two toilets that are open. They must be on a different line when that building was put together. And so it's been a lot of things over the years, and so there are two toilets working for the staff, and so that has been a good thing. Just want to bring that to your attention. That Judge and I are working on that, and we're not sure where we may have to go with that, but just wanted you to be aware of it. There's a lot of things going on in election right now. Just to kind of bring you up to speed, House Bill 264, which was a cleanup bill from last year's 274, just redoing the election process. The new law just went in effect last Thursday. That's what we've kind of been waiting on for it to become law so we could act on those. It's 80 different pages of, it's mostly security, is what the legislature has put into place. One of the things is we're going to have to put in a camera up here at our election room where we store the equipment. We're going to have to put a surveillance camera showing almost equipment for 60 days after each election. So I think I can do that fairly reasonable, probably under 500. So I just want to make you aware of that we're going to have to do that. And all the locations that we vote in, which are mainly schools, they also have to have cameras at all times. The new armory, it does have cameras, so we're going to be covered there. So that's a good thing. That we won't have to have any expense there. With this new bill, I'm coming with a request. A lot more work being done for our Board of Election members, and we've never given them a forever meeting a raise. $35 is what they get. It's going to require a lot more time, so I would ask the court we maybe raise that to $50 a meeting, just because it's going to require. So Steve and I, the sheriff, Sheriff Stratton, we don't get to claim any of that money. We have to turn that back over to the court. But the Republican and Democrat member on the board, they do get to claim that per meeting, and so we usually have about 10 to 12 meetings a year. So I just ask the court to consider that, please, and because it's going to require them to be available a lot more in this new law and spend more time with us. So I just ask the court for that increase, please.
It's probably been 35 for.
We've not done them since I've been here. It's been 16 years.
Yeah, it's way to do, so I'm good with it, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's just fair, as we move forward, if they get off and we're going to have new board members come on to represent the county, I think that'll be an incentive for somebody to want to be a part of that and spend the extra time.
Well, that camera thing, we have to do that for the May primary too?
It does not have to be done for the May primary, Judge, because it did not have an emergency clause in the law. So with any law that's coming into effect, it's called sine die. That's the last day of the legislature at midnight on the 15th. It takes 90 days for that law to become, without an emergency clause, to become law, and it has been signed into law. So July the 15th, so that law will not go into effect until November. But I may try to do that, Judge, before then, but it's not a...
If we gotta do it, I don't have a problem with going ahead and doing it, you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah. I'm just gonna do it out of caution and security, just for the process.
Yeah, it'll be April 15th before we know, for sure.
Well, no, it's law. It became law last Thursday. It was signed into law, which means 90 days from that point July 15th will become law.
Okay.
the laws that Phil was talking about earlier. So if there was a veto, there's 2 more days in the session for a veto override for the legislature, and then sine die will happen at midnight on the 15th.
Okay, I certainly hope they don't veto this $4 increase at the jail. $120,000 sounds pretty good, don't it?
Board members.
The Republican and Democratic board member for the county.
Okay. I'll make a motion to increase the pay for the Logan, or for the Republican and Democratic board members from $35 to $50 per meeting.
Can we retroact that to January when we started this process?
Retroactive to January 1st.
Second.
Okay, motion was to raise the pay on the board members from $35 to $50 a day,
Per meeting?
and retroactive.
To January 1.
January 1.
Okay. And it was second, right?
Yep.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, let's have a roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Holden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes.
We do have poll worker school training tonight here in the courthouse. There'll be about 60 of our poll workers from across the county that will be here being trained. So just wanted you guys to know about that. And I appreciate all them working. You know, it's still a challenge. You know, normally we need 115 or so. It's been a challenge to get 60. You know, people just they don't want to be a part of the process anymore, and so we kind of tried to encourage them to be a part of the process. And so, you know, we have enough right now. So.
Scotty, on that 811, you know, not everybody participates in that, and you have to call the ones that don't. And I know electric plant board does not participate in 811.
Okay.
So you would have to call them directly. I can't imagine they have anything underground.
Okay.
But you better call just to make.
I'll get with Dale. I'll get with Dale.
Yeah. And you know, there's several that don't participate. So, I don't even think Penny Route participates. So, but anyhow, there's 2 or 3 of them that don't participate.
Gas is the main thing I'm worried about on that side of the building. So.
The gas and AT&T
Yeah,
are the 2
yep.
biggest ones that I could think of. It would be underlined. It's in the city of Russellville sewer, and I can't remember if they participate or not.
Of course, Nathan, and he's the engineer with the city. Of course, they're working with us, Nathan Stewart. So they're already involved. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
Okay, we'll move on then to department heads. Ginger, if you got anything else?
just got one little thing.
Just wanted to let the court know that this week is National Telecommunicators Week, so if you get a chance, thank all the girls for the jobs that they do.
It's this week.
This week. And we already covered my big, huge thing we had. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate what y'all do.
Yes.
Okay, Kelly, you got anything? Okay, Nathan?
Good morning.
Morning.
So just to fill in the reports I handed out to you, the recycling center report, we did have 21 bales of cardboard and some metal, plastic, and paper as well that were handled out there in this last month. I did mention about to Barry his concern from last time. We are working on that out there to put some concrete out there so it's not sinking in. If you recall, the trailer's kind of sinking into the asphalt out there, and so Kelly is just looking for an opportunity, and we're going to get on it. He'll get it as soon as he's able. So we are working on it. And I did have in your report folders a recycler to present, HDH near Auburn, and I had been delaying them because their fence had blown down because of the December tornadoes. But they put it back up to my satisfaction, and I inspected them for approval, and I'll present it to you today.
I got a question. In looking over that, I noticed that one bunch you paid $750 to clean up 5 miles and some more $500. What was the difference?
Okay, that's on the litter pickups. And so on our litter pickups, You may recall, we had the tornado routes designated for $150 a mile on certain designated routes that I would choose that were affected by the tornadoes. And one of those was Homer Road. And so giving back, and Coach Jay Allison picked that up, and I thought they did a good job, and so that's why they're getting the extra on that. And the other groups are they picked up a standard route, so they just get the $100 a mile.
Okay.
So the 100 comes from the state, and the extra 50 a mile would come from the county.
I'll make a motion to approve the permit for HDH Incorporated.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and second to approve the one recycling permit. Questions? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes.
And just wanted to put a reminder out, the tire event that we're having is next Friday, the 22nd, at the road department, from 9 to noon, and it's a limit of 15 tires. So I know there may be in the judge's announcements as well, but I just wanted to remind everybody about that. 15. I said you could bring of those 15 2 semi-tires, which are about triple or quadruple the price of a passenger tire. But the tractor tires are really expensive, unfortunately, so I can't do any this time. I don't have enough money. The 22nd, next Friday. So that's what I had. Any other questions? Thank you
Are
all.
we getting the loads?
Yeah, I think that's all of our department heads this morning.
I'm sorry.
The loads of cardboard, is it what, one every 2 months? or-
Something about like that. Yeah, it's a little, maybe even a little bit more frequent than that. So it's picked up quite a bit. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you all.
Okay, we'll move on then. That's all the department heads I see here this morning. Judge's announcement for the day.
Kelly, you got Kelly.
No, he didn't.
I was in anything for Kelly.
Who?
No,
Kelly.
he already asked Kelly.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
I'd already asked Kelly. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, me confused there for a minute.
We do roll. I'm moving quicker than
I'm gonna put everybody in a chair so I know who's here and who's not. You know what I'm talking about, you know?
Kelly keeps on hiding over there. I can't never find him.
Yeah. Okay, judge's announcement for today, Russellville Rural Fire Department fundraiser. Be this Saturday night at 5 p.m. at the Extension Building. The tire recycling is scheduled for April the 22nd at 9 a.m. to noon at the Road Barn, and there is a limit of 15 tires. The Darrell Strawberry Festival is set for May the 19th through May the 21st. The Logan County Antique Engine and Tractor Show is scheduled for June the 3rd and the 4th at the Extension Complex. And there's a copy of a thank you letter from the Logan Industrial Authority to Fiscal for the third quarter funding for fiscal year 2022. Any announcements that y'all know of that I missed? Okay, if not, we'll move on then to citizen participation. If there's anybody in the court that would like to address the court, we ask that you come forward at this time. You state your name and some vicinity of the county that you reside in, and ask that you come forward this time.
Good morning, Court. Good morning, Judge. My name is Ernie Ezel. I live out in the Plainview community, out close to the old Plainview Country Club. I will sincerely thank you for the agenda, autographed and all. I do thank you because I think it's something that you should share with the public. I would also like to remind you, last time I was here, I asked your support to contact Jason Petrie about a conservation-related issue in the budget. I want you to know that that was effective. Some of you reached out very effectively before this meeting was over and contacted him. It was approved to my satisfaction. It did some good for conservation. It made it into the budget. And as of last night, the governor had not vetoed any of the three conservation-related issues. cost share, local cost share, et cetera, et cetera. So I want to thank you. I want you to know that all of you that helped me on that, I sincerely appreciate it. Appreciate the agenda.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good day.
Pat, it's good to have you here. Pat's city councilman here in Russell. It's good to have you here this morning. Okay, I don't see anybody else moving, so we'll move on. Old business is discuss the bid for the lead paint abatement where needed. And Thomas, I think Mark reached out to you.
Yeah, we had a discussion about options, and just trying to remember the options that we talked about. One, he said you could skim over the top with like drywall, like a 1/4-inch drywall. I'm totally opposed to that. It never works out good long term. We have an architect here. He might chime in on his opinion about that, but I've seen that done before, and it never looks good. Then we talked about just simply the cost of what it would take, being we were in the courthouse, and there's so much money, you know, whatever that percentage is, if it's 5% of the bid or 10% of the bid. We have a contractor in here who actually bid the project. He might be able to answer, but you know, there's an upfront cost to mobilization and bonding and, you know, getting equipment on site, you know. And so I just talked to Mark, what would it cost just to abate it all? You know, why are we just abating 2 small spots, you know, for $70,000, you know, what would it cost to do it all? I don't have that number. He did spit out a number that I would not repeat, you know, because I don't think it would be fair to the bid process, but although it was a higher number, obviously, percentage-wise per square foot, it was a whole lot less. You see what I'm saying? You're paying, and I don't know the number, because I don't know the square feet, but if we're paying $100 a square foot to get this abated, and it's more like $500 a square foot to get this abated, you know, when you did the whole project, you know, you might be down to $100 a square foot to get that abated. So I don't know what y'all want to do, but I sure hate to spend, and I didn't forget the dollar amounts. I know Kate's here was the low bidder, but whatever his bid was.
You should have a copy of it.
Okay.
64.
So $64,000 was the low bid. Is that what it was?
One bid was $48,651.
48,000. So Kate's bid was $48,000. And you know, what would it take to just go on and bait the whole thing? And we know the building is lead free. That would be where I would go, or at least entertain rebidding that process, so we would at least have 2 numbers. Do you want to spend $70,000 to patch 2 holes? If I keep saying 70, I apologize. $43,000 to patch 2 holes, or do you want to spend another number? Yeah, $100,000, $150,000, and then bait the whole thing.
Another thing about some of that, Thomas, I don't know how well they could contain it. It might require everybody moving out of the courthouse.
Well, I'm sure they would do it a room at a time. You know, you wouldn't shut the courthouse down.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know.
They seal off there. Yeah, you know, they would take this room, seal off the doors, and abate the lead up there, and then move to the next building. So, yeah, some people may have to shuffle around if you have lead in your office. But I thought this was child abuse prevention meeting, not child abuse meeting.
Just another happy festival.
Oh, okay. But anyhow, that's your options. I mean, I'm just not thrilled about spending $43,000 to fix, or to just have the lead removed from 2 cracks in the wall.
Because then if you have more cracks later on, you're going to do that all over again. You know what I'm saying? Right, to repair it. So why not go ahead and just, if the number's not insane, go ahead and do that, you know?
Here's what I know.
So do you want to table it and have it rebid?
Well, I think we can open the bids and then and then not accept any, no, I was gonna do that.
We'll see if we,
Well, the next bid is for the
We've already had
patching, we've got a bid for
for the abatement.
the abatement. But the next bid that we're fixing to open up is for the patching of that. So I would assume that would stand clear unless we are tearing up, something else. I don't know how lead abatement works. Robert, you educate the court here for a second. Do you know what I gotta do if I got a fat wall right there is lead? Can I scrape it off or do I?
No, you gotta put plastic down and basically when it falls, it has to go into something, you have to get out of here. That's
But are we removing just the paint or are we removing,
just the paint, whatever that lead, which would be the paint.
so I don't have to touch the, it's not drywall, it's plaster. The plaster would stay?
Yeah, I don't know the paint, I mean,
I don't know about these two spots there along the cross.
Rest here's just in the paint.
Okay.
How deep that is, I don't know, we have some,
No, I take that back. I take that back. There is lead in the plaster.
it may be, that's what I'm saying, wherever the lead is, they're gonna take out, but.
It's in the plaster too.
Do the whole courthouse, you have to fix the whole courthouse.
Yeah.
So it's a lot bigger.
I remember that part of that conversation with Mark. It's in the plaster, yeah.
Well, the plaster crumbles, what the problem is that you got too much of
So
it.
you're gonna be removing the plaster, removing the paint, putting drywall up and paint. So it's a pretty extensive process.
let me make sure I'm on the same page. These bids were just to remove.
Just to remove,
Now we're fixing to open bids
to patch it
to
back.
patch it back.
And it's just gonna be that one spot.
Two spots.
Two spots, yeah.
Well, it's a little bit more than two
There's-
spots, there's about 5 spots downstairs.
And there's some stuff
Oh,
in
okay.
there too.
Okay.
It's gonna have to be cut out enough that it can be patched.
So they're going to cut the plaster down to the wood and then sheet rock back
But,
over that and mud that in.
Mm-hmm.
But the downstairs, it doesn't like up here where that, that over there, if you touch it, it's not even attached to the wood. And it's over here same way. The rest of it is attached and it just has to be enough taken out to be able to put a patch back in and
Panels looking
but
pretty good.
if we change this part of it very much, then this bid is no good.
Right. Yeah, so we would.
Man, that's the information I got for you. That's all I can tell you.
How many bids did we get? Is that, we just got one?
On
On the,
lead removal.
on the wall repair and paint.
We had 2 on there, remember?
And how many do we have on the wall repair?
Look like we got 1.
So it would make more sense for the same company to do both stairs and not.
One bid was 48, 651.
Wiring was 48.
Oh, I apologize. Yeah, the wireman construction was 48 and Cates was 64. Yeah, I had that right. Sorry, Robert. Yeah. That's much money in it.
Yeah. I don't say too much, Ernie will be getting on me again.
I mean, I would like to see, I'd like to see how much it is to put it back before we made a decision. I don't know if that's unfair or not for the bidders.
I don't know, I mean, you just open the bid, it's just one bid, and then.
I got this other bid, I'm having trouble finding the figure, but it was 68,000 something, I think.
64.
64?
Yeah. Because like you said, if, 25% of that bid may be just getting here, then you might be able to get everything in the courthouse removed for $150,000.
If y'all ever tried to patch plaster before over sheet rock, that's a darn job.
Yeah. That's a matter.
And if it's in the plaster, everything's down the middle.
Last page.
Put a plan on it, table, cover it up.
Judge, I just think we need to proceed on and open the bids, and then we at least know how much it's gonna cost total to fix what we have originally set out to do.
Well, now, of course, the other bid included paving work outside too.
Yeah, that's a.
The bigger part of the other bid is outside. This is,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a.
okay.
Okay.
I say we move forward, and we'll know what the total cost is.
Just
Great.
general contract.
First item of new business is the open bid for the wall repair, painting, and paper work. And we got one bid. I know there was other people at the meeting that day.
When they paint, they're painting it all the way, they're painting the whole courthouse or just spots? Are you painting the whole courthouse when you do it, or just in spots?
Are you painting the whole courthouse or just?
Paint all of the halls, this room, and I think we're painting those front rooms and the bathrooms, and then that include that. Painting the front halls and the bath, going to the bathrooms.
The hallway, but not the bathrooms and
Yeah, but the hall going into the bathroom, I think was included one. Maybe it wasn't.
I don't think so. I think we stopped at that entrance.
Okay, y'all want me to open it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, got his bonding paper. Looks like the total bid on pavers, and doing all the work was $213,547. Am I reading that right?
yeah, you go.
It's inside and outside.
Yeah, it's all the pavers and, I mean, it's a huge scope of work. We saw the plans on it.
Pavers is a far bid painter.
Yeah, but it's all the way around the courthouse. It's raised front, it's pavers on the ground and raised beds. And that's removing our landscape and trying to save it and then move.
You want to come up with this podium? I can't remember your first
Bruce.
first name right now. Bruce. I was wanting to say Bob, and I knew that wasn't right.
What was our question?
I guess I wanted you to just come up here and kind of view the bid and.
Yes,
and part of-
I do want to
part of,
verify that they
Part of the
provided everything.
process is you qualifying the bidder too.
Like I said, the majority of the cost is outside.
Of course, I have got to say, it's been that way a long time, been that way ever since I've been judge, I guess people leaned up against those walls, when they were waiting on court, or the bailiffs, or different ones leaned up against those walls.
You think that'll happen when you know
Well, it'll be completed.
How long does the bidder have to do the job? 120 days?
150 days.
150 days.
Days to what, complete?
Yeah.
Not if you say it real fast. So like my old house, excuse me, cheap to tear it down, so over. I lived in once.
What's the whole thing consist of? I see all the numbers.
Well, it consists of replacing all the pavers outside.
Replacing
Well,
what?
the concrete pavers and the fire boxes and all that on the outside, which is in terrible shape. It consists, this bid just consists in repairing the walls and the painting of the hallways and upstairs and downstairs. But of course, it'd be the ceiling downstairs too. And then, and of course, we don't know what the wall repair would be. I'm sure that Robert Scrooge guessed it as close as he could. You know what I'm talking about, but it'd be repairing where the leading basement had been taken out. And I expect the biggest cost is outside.
Hey, Robert, could you mind stepping up here and let me ask a couple of questions, please? Actually, just one thing. So, Mr. Cates, I'm just asking, we're obviously going to need a little time to review, I would think, but would you entertain removing the plaster and painting
From this bid?
From your bid?
We can do that.
So if I,
So if
thank
y'all
you for
read-
breaking that out,
Yeah.
thank you for putting that in the bid document. If I read that correctly, that's $10,058 for plaster and $16,280, I can't even read my own writing, $234 for the painting. So it'd basically be $26,300.
Is it? Yeah. I guess.
Part of the general construction bid, though, would be overseeing that work.
Yeah, general
right?
construction's going to include some part of it. You're right.
Yeah.
So it was 37, so there might be a percentage there
Yeah.
also that would come off.
So the 10,058 at plaster repair, paintings 16,234, and then the rest looks like it's outside part of the general construction. We
Be a
can
few
figure that
dollars
number and
there.
get it. Yeah,
Percentage-wise
That's
that
right.
we could ask.
that's what I said. Majority of the job is outside.
Yeah.
This was minimal in here, but if y'all do the whole building, you have to put the whole building back. So
Yeah.
it's a lot big number, bigger numbers. I know y'all know that.
What I would prefer to do after Bruce has time to evaluate the bid and work with the judge to speak with it is that we would move forward with the exterior part of this bid and then rebid the interior part just so we have a number to compare to. We now have a number to do the spots. It's $26,000 plus 43, is that what you said? 48. So just say $77,000 to do.
What you asked the first time.
Right, what we asked
Just
for
the
the
paint?
first time.
All that not lead paint?
No, we're gonna paint it
So-
in metal.
No, I mean if they did the whole place. Don't know, right?
We did not test that.
That's what
That's
I figured.
the first thing we would do. if
It'd be
we're gonna
extensive. It could be extensive.
Just come in here and have Insights, just do
Check it out.
testing for all lead, and then see where those spots are, put out a bid, get that abated. Maybe do a little further research to see if there is something else we can do. Can we encapsulate it with a special kind of paint? I don't know, you know. Surely there's got to be a better option than tearing everything out.
And they would know, the company you named, so.
That's what I was hoping.
I'm not sure,
Coat over it,
You know, it's
seal
kind
it.
of epoxy paint. I don't know.
Thomas, I'm not sure I'm hearing everything.
So I guess what I'm thinking, that's the reason I asked Mr. Cates to come up here, is would he entertain removing from his bid the interior work? So we could make a decision to move forward on the exterior. And Mr. Cates said yes. So because Bruce had put in the bid that you line item every item of the work out, we have the number. Only thing we would have to get from Robert is what the general construction oversight would be on the interior work. But it's gonna be a few $1,000s. It's not
Do the
gonna
number
be
of all of it minus this.
$50,000. I mean, the whole line item was
Percentage.
37.
It's not gonna be much.
So, and then we could make a decision to move forward on the exterior work. And then if y'all wanted to, we could have Ensigns come in here and just look at all the areas of the core,
JKS.
especially dealing with plaster, and what it would take to just get it abated and be over with.
Can we
And
give,
what we would do is we would write the contract for the whole bid and do a change order deduct to take out whatever you want to take out.
after
Keep it legal.
Bruce looks at this, can we make a decision on the exterior today? Because we're not going to rebid it. We can't rebid it. That wouldn't be fair for the.
That's what Thomas, I think.
Yeah.
As long as Bruce is,
Yeah.
I can get you the number, well, I mean, like you said, you're gonna contract it all to us, and then we're gonna get you a number to deduct, and they'll do a change order to deduct it out.
y'all have done a lot of work to the courthouse. Y'all have always done a good job. We really appreciate that. I'm confident y'all do the same again. Bruce does need to do his due diligence. If
That's right.
Bruce thinks he can do that while we're still in session in court, I'm fine with that. But that's, I don't want to put too much pressure on Bruce, but,
It's been a while since we worked for y'all.
No.
you know,
Back in the day,
we're
right?
just talking about doing the exterior
Is
work.
Keith still around?
Really is all we're talking
Is
about.
Keith still around?
Yeah.
Does he really?
Yeah.
No, it would be a little less than that.
Does he have a contract, I guess? So many years he'll be
Wouldn't
there?
be a lot. but still.
I'm sorry.
So many years, I guess he'll be there.
He's going to be there another 3 years. His agreement will stay on 4 years.
Probably closer to 30 by the time we get the general contract.
What is the company bid for checking for these unpaid bill part? What was that bid? Or what was that price?
$2,700.
Okay.
You said it'd be like 1,500 or something. 23.
Do you remember what
Testing.
Mark
Yeah, how
charged
much
you
was
to
the
do
test? Or do you know?
I don't know.
lead abatement?
protocol, I think it's $1,300 something dollars.
It's okay. He already knows them.
We hadn't paid him for it yet. I called him yesterday to get him to send the bill up here.
Yeah, he wouldn't have to test the paint and plaster again. It's all the same era, but he might have to check the paint on the ceiling tile here. He might have to go into other offices that has paint in it to just check that.
It would be so nice if you put something over top of it, if it would, do to it or whatever, seal it. Be very,
Escape.
How much?
Penetrate it. That's all.
Okay.
seal, it's the best, that's the right thing to do.
Maybe $1,600 and you would know the condition of,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
can dig into it and see if there's a way to seal it. Will Mark know that, or?
I think Mark, but I think we also probably ought to reach out maybe to some resources that maybe Bruce might know, or maybe somebody at Keiko that deals with these old courthouses that could lead us in the direction.
The testing company should know. You would think. I mean, I don't know. They should know all the procedures of how to remove it and also cover it.
If you could cover it, yeah.
If possible. I just know you can't penetrate it because it makes the dust, which is the lead. If you can touch it all day long. You can lick the wall if you want. It's not going to hurt you. Just don't bust it where dust flies out. That's when you breathe it in and it supposedly affects people.
I just think the ceiling and stuff, you know.
It's a lot of
Well,
work.
that's ceiling metal.
Yeah, paint over it.
That ceiling bottom is the plaster, because even if you encapsulate that, let's say there's a special paint, you paint
paint
and
don't have that.
encapsulate.
The
You
paint don't have
don't
that.
stop the crack.
Paint is
So
lead,
you get a
lead
crack.
based. That's all.
Now we're
That's
dealing
all.
with, well, now what do we do?
No
You
asbestos.
know, patch it,
Painting
encapsulate it
asbestos.
again, I mean,
Well, it's just gonna crack.
Paint it, which
you know,
is.
I think at some point you're going to make a determination, are we going to get rid of plaster, or are we just going to
I bet
patch
all
it?
that's lead based.
You're talking about John, you're talking about John. Yeah.
Bruce, what was your?
I'm sorry?
What was your feedback on?
Everything looked fine. The only thing I saw was, I'm not familiar with the mason that's going to do the.
He's local.
He's
Casey
local?
Pitts here.
Okay, I'm just not familiar with him, that's all. Other than that, looked like all the documents were complete.
Let's do what you suggested. Yeah. He said he wanted to do the whole thing and do a change order though, correct?
Yeah. That's the proper way to do it.
Yeah, because we bid the project as one lump sum, we need to write a contract for one lump sum, but then do a change order, that it be written at the same time as the contract is, to deduct whatever y'all want to take out of it.
I mean, I'm good with that, and the rest of the board.
I'm fine.
I know Mr. Kyle's not, but, okay. So I would make a motion that we, move forward with CNC Contracting to do, the project as bid, and that we, deduct the interior work and paint, the plaster and painting and the general contracting services that relating to that
Right.
from the contract.
Second.
Okay, got a motion second. Move forward, I guess, with the exterior work and deduct the inside. And go in more of this contract, CNC contract.
Mr. Cal, it's about 185 to 87,000. It's approximately what the total will be after Robert gets him a number for the general contracting services on the interior part of it. About 185 to 87. Did I do that math right? 13, 26. So 13 would take you to 200, another 13 take you to 187, then your contracting services, so. Does that right?
We made something today on it,
Okay.
on the price.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, did y'all, have we still got the bid here?
Yes,
Right.
gave
Okay.
it to Janice.
Okay. Any other questions or concerns? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport?
Yes.
Wright?
Yes.
Harper?
Yes.
Kyle?
No.
Bolden?
Yes.
Chick?
Okay, we'll move on. Emily, if you want to come forward.
Judge, it's 18 after 10, just so you know.
Okay, well, I don't think this will take long. First item of business is approve the final draft of the strategic plan. I guess she brought several copies.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Judge Chick's pictures on the third page.
Thank you.
So the County has been working with Fair River Area Development District over the past year to prepare a county-level strategic plan. That's what's in front of you now. In addition to this county-level strategic plan, the objectives will roll up into 2 regional plans, one of which is our comprehensive economic development strategy, and the other one is our regional hazard mitigation plan. Both of those regional plans are federally required and are updated every 5 years. The key one there is your hazard mitigation plan. Having an active and approved hazard mitigation plan makes you eligible for hazard mitigation funding from FEMA. This year we took a new approach to this process and added in this county level strategic plan to the deliverables. So each of our counties in the region also went through this year-long process. So in the booklet you will find the first half of it is a bunch of data, both economic development and hazard related. And then the second half of the booklet is objectives that the steering committee set both for each jurisdiction within the county and in the county as a whole. These are also viewable online at planning.brad.org, and then the hazard mitigation plan in full is at hazards.brad.org. Both of those websites are on the back cover of the booklet that I just handed out for reference. I'm happy to answer any questions, and then you'll also have 2 resolutions that go along with this.
There's a lot of work went into it.
It was a massive effort.
Page 3.
There is a typo. I'll get that corrected on the digital. Sorry about that.
No, it's no worries. I figured the number was right, it just didn't.
Yeah, I'll get it corrected, and the digital one will be, you can download and update it.
What part talks about, like Parks and Recreation and opportunities for kids and stuff like that?
So that would probably be in community or public facilities and services toward the back. Online, I will tell you, if you visit planning.brad.org and go navigate to Logan County, you can actually filter those objectives by various things. So if you wanted to see just parks, if you wanted to see just youth, you could pull them up regardless of what category they're in. It's a little bit easier if you're looking for specifics to do the online version. You may also find some youth stuff in leadership development. Those tend to be where they come up at, as facilities and leadership.
There was a lot of work put into this plan. We met for a year.
Yeah.
And it involved a lot of different people involved. Our police, it involved the fire departments, it involved the Chamber of Commerce, the League. Thomas, I don't know if you said any
I sat through two or three of the meetings after leaving. That was about it. I know y'all had a whole bunch more than that. It's a lot of great information. I really appreciate y'all's efforts in putting that together.
We are happy to do so and excited to have the tool for both the county and for our region.
Okay, yeah, so by January of 2023, develop a maintenance plan for existing recreational parks and facilities to revamp and update those facilities. So that's definitely a good goal.
What page is that?
That's on page 25. With a high local priority, so that ought to be pretty. That ought to be.
The steering committee will also be continuing to meet quarterly to check in on progress on these objectives. Brad will be convening that group
and working with locals just to really serve as an accountability partner going forward and some technical assistance. We anticipate that that next meeting will either be in July or August, and it is open to the public. Anyone is able to attend.
And like Emily said, this is tied to hazardous mitigation grants through FEMA. And one reason, sir, there's so much information in here. If you don't have this information in here, the first thing that FEMA's going to ask, well, was this a goal of the counties?
Right.
And if it wasn't a goal, well, if this is so important, why wasn't it a goal?
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
I'll make a motion to approve the final draft of the strategic plan for Logan County.
Second. Okay, got a motion and a second question. Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Does that take care of resolution number one?
It does.
I thought it did. The resolution number one was Logan County, Kentucky, 2022 county strategic plan adoption. So we took, so this will be the adoption of the plan. Okay? The next item of business will be approved resolution of Logan County, Kentucky, 2022 countywide strategic plan adoption. And this is a resolution of Logan County, Kentucky and Barren River Regional Multiple Jurisdiction Multi-Hazardous Mitigation Plan Update. And when it pass this resolution, prevail.
So moved. Second.
Okay, is there any questions? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Crossley, I'm sorry, Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes.
Thank you much.
Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Welcome. I've got an extra here. I'm just going to leave on the
Thank you.
table.
Give it to Jack.
It's time for everything to start happening downstairs for a few minutes, and so we'll take a break and go downstairs and
Taking words how long?
Going downstairs.
Going downstairs for a child abuse awareness program.
Six.
Back on. Okay, that was a beautiful event downstairs. A lot of people attended, and I take my hat off to the people that work with those kids every day, and we definitely want to do everything we can to stop, make people aware of the child abuse and to stop child abuse in Logan County. So the next item of business is the open bid for construction work of a bridge on Old Lewisburg Jericho Road. Look like we got 2 bids. First bid, Scott Murphy, and the second bid is Galusha Contracting.
Galusha.
And we got a representative here from Scott Murphy. It looked like, and I'm glad that when people are here, it looked like the bid on this bridge is $198,868.36.
Which one was that?
Which bid is that, Judge?
Scott Murphy. I'm gonna pass it around.
198,868.
198,868.36. That's got be some loose pages there if you don't
Not always.
watch it clear.
Been higher.
We got a bid from Galusha. $181,642. So we need to check on next year's bridge money before we do much with it.
What is $17,000 difference, is that right? Roughly.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure I heard it.
How much of we're replacing more bridges? It'll take 2 years for one.
Don't think so.
It's gonna take you 2 years. It's gonna be the same on yours too. It's more than $100,000 bridge.
Yeah.
Whose district is that in? Yours?
Jason. Jason Harper. You don't spend that much money on bridge, you Judge, what do we have in the budget currently on
We got
bridge?
got 100,000.
And that's
We get an $80,000 match to 20 from the State Highway Department on usually yearly basis.
Is there some match going on this bridge?
Is there a max to that though?
We only get $80,000.
There's most of the expenditure would be 80,000.
We can spend.
And we have 100 in our budget.
Yes.
So that gets us to 180.
Yeah.
Is that right?
No. That gets us to 100,000. We got to do a 20% match.
So 100,000 in the
Now, I guess
budget.
what I'm asking is, what of our assets, cash, do we have in our budget for that this year? You said 100, is that?
We got 20. Well, it's 100 in total, but 20 county and 80 state.
So we just put 20,000 every year for this.
Judge, I have one comment.
Yeah, come on.
I just want Kelly, I talked to him about it, and we got the.
I can't hear you, just wait till you get up here.
I talked to Kelly, and he was going to tell Galusha that we included negative moment bars when you have a multi-span culvert has one layer of rebar in it. You have to put another layer because a single culvert, it goes down. When you have two or more, when you go on this one, that one goes up, and the negative moment bars are on the top, and they keep it from cracking when it flexes up. And he was going to tell Kalusha to be sure they included them, and just be sure that they did include them on the top and the bottom slab where the walls are. Otherwise, it's going to fail.
There didn't say anything in there about
It was about 16,000 pounds, approximately, is what our rebar guy told us what that was. So just check on that. Otherwise, they do good work. That's all.
Thank you for letting us know.
Thank you.
You know if that was included in their bid, Kelly, Galusha's? And those bars are not?
He said he was gonna build it originally the way they had. Scott said you'd have to do that.
Oh, so they said you hadn't do it originally, now they're saying you do?
So he is saying Galusha bid it as advertised.
Yeah.
And as, how it was engineered, I guess.
Gotcha.
They were saying that they added this negative movement bars, whatever that is, because
Integrity of the job.
of failure when you have the multi-tiles going through it.
Okay, is it box bridge like? Or is
It's
it
just
tile?
a concrete, it's got 15-inch tile going under it right now.
No, what is this here gonna be a
Oh.
box?
It's, look from the side, it's gonna look just, that's what your last bridge was. Mine's gonna have, it's like it's 4 12-foot spans with the columns in the center.
Mm-hmm. So it's sort of like a box bridge then, really.
Yeah, it'd be like 4 or
I just
3
need
of them.
one 12-foot span on YouTube if you want to take one of those out.
I mean, I don't know how to proceed. I mean, it's $100,000 over what we've got.
You'd have to put more money in the budget to cover it. More cash in the case, I don't know.
So I wonder if this, can we get help from the state? What is that?
I don't know how campground went. It come out of our budget. Anything over that come out of my road budget.
Yours.
And Jack's.
So you got 81,000, you can take 81,000 out of your.
I mean, I've already said I would.
Oh, really?
That's how we went through on that campground road. It's still a disaster.
It's crooked.
What's wrong with it, Barry?
Oh, they put it in there crooked and dug the ditches down real deep, and it's a 30-foot bridge, but they turned it like this, which only about 20-some foot where you meet vehicles on, and no rails and drop off, and it's probably 8 foot deeper than the ground surface. It's like a goldfish pond. It just holds water. It's a disaster.
Well, we haven't been out there fixing it.
It'd be $100,000 fix.
No, there's nowhere for the water to go.
They need to dig it out. Right?
There's nowhere for the water to go.
You'd have to create some kind of hole in.
But that's a strange area because there's not, 350 days a year, there's not water.
The worst part, they crooked the bridge. That's the worst part. Made it dangerous for big trucks.
Who put it in?
I will admit that it came in way above what we expected.
We should know.
Yeah, I mean, they estimated it at about $150,000.
There's no way to do anything different about that. If you build it up, it's gonna go around the other sides of it, and if you put tiles in it, you're gonna stay stopped up.
Mm-hmm. And see, to even make this bridge work, we're gonna have to straighten the creek up. The way that, it's just a messed up deal. It's kind of like yours, the bridge is right here, but this creek comes down here like this, and then goes in it. We're gonna straighten that creek up right there. I mean,
You're gonna change the water pattern?
have to, because what it's doing now,
How
it's
can
changed
you
it.
do- who gives you to do
Well, I
that?
mean, it's only like, the landowner has, but it's only like 20, it's not 100 foot off the road. It's like, what it is where it's crooked and it's falling the side of the road for just.
Within the right of way.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say we table it until next court meeting to give Jason and Kelly and the judge time to evaluate what the guy from Scott Murphy said was included in his bid and whether or not that is needed and necessary, and then also about the funds. I'm happy to move forward. We just need to know where the funds are coming from.
As far as on the fund side, I mean, next budget, I'll have the money to do it if the court allows me to spend my asphalt funds on it.
It's your money. I mean, it's your district money.
Is that okay? We table
Yeah,
this court meeting?
yeah, that's.
I don't know really how we're gonna accept it, not knowing where the money's coming from.
Right.
And then,
We need to find out about what that guy's talking about too. It's been $180,000 and
You're
it
saying-
failed and it
the
needed
same
it.
thing about next year, you got 65, 35 road you gotta operate under too.
I thought we already discussed that.
What's that?
You can't spend it though until.
I mean, so that's a,
It's a law.
it's a law.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though
Just
you
state
don't have
law.
any
Okay.
opposition, you can't spend it. You can't spend it, but maybe you can find the funds somewhere else.
But what was that, I can't think of what it was.
You talking about that mutual aid?
Yeah.
I think that has to be related to a disaster or an emergency declaration, so.
Okay.
I don't know if that applies or not, but that's how that money works.
It was for, but it's for failing infrastructure. Alright, so I'll, I mean, do you wanna make that motion? I'll make a motion to table this until the, I guess until the next meeting.
Yeah, you'll know more next board meeting.
Second.
Okay, got a motion second to table this decision until we get a chance to. A lot of this is gonna be decided in the budget dollars that we got this coming year, that's for sure, you know, but there is a 65-35 rule that we're gonna operate under. Okay, any questions?
We may have to look at increasing the budget because we need to get these bridges taken care of. I've got a couple left. I don't know if you've got any, but I know Tyler's got one.
I've been crying about it for a while.
Okay, what was your comment?
I said we might look at increasing the bridge money in the budget for the next few years to get some of these bridges taken care of. Because I know even after this, I have at least 3, and then Tyler's got 1. I don't know if Robert Earl's got any. I don't know if you need any bridges.
But mine's would be like box bridges,
Yeah.
not no big number of bridges.
That's about all.
You can do on those years. You can do 2.
Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport.
Yes.
Bright.
Yes.
Harper.
Yes.
Kyle.
Yes.
Bolden.
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, next item of business, annual bids. And I did put a copy of the minutes from last year.
Your bill. You know what to say.
And while you're doing that, I'm gonna read a letter to you from Marathon Oil. Said Marathon Oil will not be submitted a bid for tomorrow because we no longer have a plug mill. Considering the plug mill requirement, Marathon will not be able to produce the cold mix finished product anymore. They got rid of their plug mill, so that's going to create an issue of cold mix. Okay, first is fuel bids. Okay, looks like we got one from Max Auto. and one from Southern States.
I don't see how anybody could fuel.
No.
What's the fuel prices?
We can't. We can't do
There's
that.
not a bid, it's just so much.
We never had,
We've never had a locked-in price.
Oh, okay.
It's just so much over whatever the rack.
I got you.
Over the rack.
Okay.
So there's no
That's what I start saying.
There's no
It's a
sense in
ridiculous
it.
act that we have to go to with these deals.
But I mean, there ain't no
It
sense in
applies
sitting
to so
here
many different
looking
things.
through
Just
everything.
keep getting bigger.
It's easy. Here we go.
Bid, fuel bid from Southern States.
I guess it's one for each one of us. There you go, there's one of them.
Oh, I like that.
And of course, y'all, I think y'all got the motion that we used the last 2 years to, on this, but you gotta, have a reasoning for doing it.
Judge, I make a motion to reject both fuel bids for fiscal year 2022, 2023 from Max Arnold and Sons LLC and Southern States Russellville Cooperative Incorporated due to the need of a second source to purchase and allow Judge Chick to negotiate with both bidders.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. There's a question.
If they end up close, why can't we just kind of split it and use both of them?
That's what we just did.
That's what we're doing.
Oh, okay, okay.
You have an option to go either place.
Oh, okay.
We just
That's a
got,
thought.
But
we gotta get something from both of them saying that they will honor their,
Yeah, I realize one of them is a heck of a lot different.
okay, let's have a roll call.
Davenport.
Yes.
Wright.
yes.
Harper.
Yes.
Kyle.
Yes.
Logan.
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, next is tile and pipe.
And that's the one we had trouble last year, in getting a bid on pipe or something?
We just got one bid.
It looks like maybe we just got one from Megan and Son.
That's the same. That's the one.
We just have to open it and see what it is.
Kelly, we have any trouble with pipe last year?
Okay,
Otherwise, the state don't bid, you can go down there and buy it on the same price we pay for it. I mean, it don't matter.
Well, that's true. But now this pipe is it's locked in though. The price is locked in on tiles, isn't it? And that might be what Southern States is worried about if it runs up.
and it's, It's priced by the foot, and they did vote, they did do the plastic double wall also.
They should be plastic.
What'd you say, Kelly?
They did bid plastic this time.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, polymer? Okay.
No, it's polymer coated though.
Oh, plastic double wall, yeah, they put it on there. See that on that page, plastic double.
But it's only
wall.
good for 3 months.
We don't use much plastic.
No. Little metal coated. All of them are just good for 3 months.
Wow. Can I just do the same thing? Number 18, right there.
I think so. Well, they're the only ones that did.
Well, see, that's the same, what I'm saying is it was the same story last year.
It does say in here that this bid is good for 3 months, and they will review July 1st.
We just accept their bid since they's only bidder? That's what we did last year.
Really a bid though, it's not even good during the time frame we're talking.
No.
So we work the same way, we reject it, and allow Judge and Kelly to negotiate with suppliers of corrugated and steel pipe.
I'll make a motion to reject the bid from Hagan and Stone Wholesale and allow the judge and Kelly to negotiate with suppliers for steel corrugated pipe and something coated pipe, plastic coated pipe.
I mean, the only other thing was, we could get quotes on them.
I second that motion. Yeah, that's part of negotiating, you just call and negotiate with them and/or Southern States or anybody else that supplies.
Certain states only one close.
Yeah, some states
Some
only.
stuff 5 states away.
I'm good with that.
I guess the problem we run into is we bought over $5,000 worth of them at any given time during the year. You know, we wouldn't have a bid, we'd have to have court approval on buying tile.
They don't happen that often. You don't buy that much, do you?
About 3 times a year.
Yeah, 3 times a year we have to do it.
That breaks. Those big tiles, that'll about like a budget out of one tile.
Just keep enough on hand, we don't have to order them anything.
Joe, okay with everybody?
I mean, I'm not really sure how to proceed on that one, other than what you just did, and I think if you could get court approval beyond anything than that, would be good. If it goes over the 5,000, and if they had anything to say, that just comes back to this, and say we tried, and the one bid we got expired the time the time frame starts.
That's right.
That's right.
Okay, well, I just know, anytime it, accumulated values over 5,000, I think we'd have to come back to court, with that, when we're Amanda.
It's like Iron Mountain, Jason.
What Joe said is
You gotta have 2.
we made our best effort on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Fixing them
I
clothes.
think I would go ahead and get that, but I mean, the theory here, the reason why you're doing the annual bid is because you think you're gonna spend more than $30,000 throughout the course of the year, so that spend is gone on a bunch of different suppliers and.
Over $200 a foot. Over $200 a foot.
You showed them this.
It's like $212 a foot.
We could and didn't get protected.
$212 a foot.
We got to do it.
Okay. Any more discussion on it? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, Rob.
Sears will bid it next year. They will next year. They got their mind in.
I might have told y'all wrong here, but I've been on, look like it would have been, the culverts.
It's so great, that's what I'm saying.
Sorry about this.
We can,
You might have to retract that motion.
We're gonna have to.
amend the motion.
Well, we can just amend it.
Yeah.
He got another bid for culvert. Yeah, so we'll just amend the motion and add that to include rejecting that as well.
What if there is just number? What's up with you?
It's the same difference, because we didn't approve the vote. Where'd you see Greg?
Yeah, TOC. Well, they know.
Okay, there's another bid on pipe, I apologize. Envelopes are hard to understand.
Joe, I just need to amend my motion to include the rejection of this company as well, correct?
Yeah, that's what you all intend to do.
Like, $11,000 minimum order. Metal Culverts Incorporated, Jefferson City, Missouri. Do I make a motion to amend my motion?
Give me just 1 second.
Cheaper.
But you got 11,000.
Yeah, I think you include them to be rejected, amended, that they are rejected. They only bid one line item. They are not bidding plastic at all. They are cheaper on the uncoated, but they're higher on the uncoated, but cheaper on the fully coated. So I would reject both of them. And then allow the judge and Kelly to figure out where the best place is to get them.
I want to amend my motion to reject both bidders, Metal Culvert Incorporated and Hanson and Hagan and Stone, and allow the judge and Kelly to negotiate with both bidders.
I'll include that in the second.
Are you seconding it?
Yes.
Let me make sure I understood that, y'all. Was that the same thing you did with the fuel bid?
Yes.
I guess from time to time, we'll have to reach out to both of them to get a price structure.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport?
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yeah. Cold mix, we didn't get no bid. And I read the letter to y'all a few minutes ago. Norman wanted bids on it, chose not to bid on it, so.
They didn't even receive, Todd County didn't even receive a bid.
Hot mix, we got one bid here from Scott. Okay, it looks like asphalt service at this time, $79.80 a ton. Asphalt base, $75.37. Patching, $110 a ton. And then pick up at the plant, $77.50 a ton for asphalt service, $73.50 for asphalt base at this time.
Thank you. We just accept this meeting. That's what we did last year. Motion number 16. I mean, that's what we did. There's like $65 last year.
It does say that given the fluctuation in petroleum products, county reserves the right to adjust the proposal price plus or minus at the time of installation reflected changes in petroleum-based products using the Kentucky Average Price Index. It's published in the Transportation Cabinet.
I make a motion to accept the bid for asphalt hot mix for fiscal year 2022-2023 from Scotty's Contracting and Stone.
Second.
Okay, got a motion to accept the bid. Got a second. Questions?
How long is this good for?
A year.
The whole year?
Year.
Starting in July, is it?
July 1.
Okay, then
Everything we're doing is for July 1.
Right, I understand, but that,
And it's a 1-year thing, but now the price is based on the index.
okay, that's what I was wondering. Gotcha. They can either go up or down a little,
That's correct.
and more likely up.
Okay.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Okay, y'all ready to vote? Let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, next item of business is industrial tires and the passenger tires. Looks like we've look like we got a bid for best one for industrial tires and one for passenger tires. This one is for industrial tires. We got one here for passenger tires from the same outfit. Best one, Bowman Green. I don't know how familiar I am with them. Here's some cars that they sent. There's one on passenger tires.
You may want to call her.
Here's that one on passenger tires. And then we got a bid here from the service center. Where's that from?
This here's the best one. Best one. I get a pretty good price on that one, 24 or 22.5. Recap? No. That thing is cap on me. Never mind. Scratch what I just said. Why ain't they bidding? They didn't even bid it. They didn't even bid it. All they did was recap it.
Holy. Is that all of them? We just have 3 bidders.
Just two, isn't it?
Oh, 2.
So same thing.
Yeah.
Your turn. All right. I'll make a motion to reject both passenger and industrial tire bids for fiscal year 2022 to 2023 from Trimble Service Center and Best One due to availability of needed tires and to allow Judge Chick to negotiate with both bidders.
Second. What are you gonna do after December 31st?
Well,
What are you gonna do after December 31st?
when? Oh,
Judge Chick ain't here.
he'll still have to negotiate it.
Judge, you're gonna be on call until July 2023.
Sounds like it. Me or somebody.
He said Judge Chick. He didn't say county judge, he said Judge Chick.
That's what the motion said.
He's the only one of us sure he's gonna be here after December.
You better make that motion allow you to negotiate.
Okay, any more discussion about this? Okay, if not, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, next bid's cleaning supplies and janitorial products. We did get a bid, DBC. Well, let me look at that again. CPG.
Yeah.
We don't buy no recap tires, do we? Why is that the only bid we got for big trucks was recap? That's the only thing that went out for bid, which y'all gonna negotiate with.
Okay, and it's got a list of items and the prices and everything, but it just got one piece of paper.
Both of them, Trimble too. Trimble said we don't sell recaps. But on the bid sheet, it didn't say nothing about it.
We got one from CMSI.
Poor people have to do it every now and then. No.
You not run recaps on anything?
I run some recaps, I don't like them.
Did you say just one bidder on this?
Oh, CMSI and CPG.
He just said there
I
was
got
one
you.
copy of the
Oh.
one from CPG.
CPG.
Is this jail cleaning supplies too? Is this cleaning supplies for the jail, or you got a separate one? No, this is yours too, okay.
Last year, we just accepted CMS items.
Means more to you probably than does me. I don't understand all that. I mean, I say
The bulk of it does go through the jail. You have some cleaning supplies.
Do what?
You have some cleaning supplies listed on here, but the bulk of it is through the jail, right?
Yeah.
He asked me to look at it, that's why.
CMSI, so we use currently.
Yeah, CMSI is Danny Basham owns that. It was started by Ron Timberlake.
okay.
And Ron sold it, Danny worked for him, and he sold it to Danny, and Danny for him.
That's who we have now.
That's what we got now.
Your turn.
I guess we're tired of sitting.
Do what now?
I don't know why I keep standing up, I'm tired of sitting, yeah. It's Jimmy leg.
Okay, let me ask the same question.
Yes, sir.
Because it don't have it in there.
What's that?
Is it going to guarantee them prices for a year?
That's a year price.
I don't know how you can do that.
It's the only one that we usually get, it's got a guaranteed price on it. That back there.
You know what I'm saying, the way things are going up. I hate to do something.
We need to reject both of them. We need to reject both of them because there's price discrepancies.
There is some difference.
Some
in
stuff's
prices.
cheaper on one side, some stuff's cheaper on the other. I mean, we don't need to.
Same difference. You know, you know what I'm saying, I mean. CMSI, it's only been that way.
Yeah.
You don't have, which one?
We gotta have the CPG
Oh,
back
they
because
did.
that's the only bid we got.
Well, here, y'all need to look at it then. I thought everybody got one.
So there's differences on them.
There's some difference, but
Yeah, I feel like we should reject. I mean, we're gonna use this local company 9 times out of 10, but we can price match. I mean, if it's a
And their gloves are a whole lot, CMSI's gloves are half the price.
yeah. Well, no, wait a minute. The the gloves were half, yeah.
Yeah. 16 compared to 37, over half.
Are they latex or nitrate that makes a difference?
These say
Vinyl, they're
vinyl.
both, I mean, vinyl to vinyl, they both say vinyl.
non-powdered.
But then that, the can liners and stuff, some of it was just a difference in price.
I don't see any reason why we can't do the same thing we did with those.
Just wonder how that would, you know what I'm saying? I mean, are you gonna call this one for
You don't have to.
2 things of can liners and call this one over here? And I know this one's local and there's no shipping. Does CPG shipping part of it?
Where are they based out of?
Bowman, yeah. It does not say anything about shipping. So maybe they just have a regular route truck. So if that's the case, I would agree with you. And now if they're gonna hit you up for shipping, because you only ordered you know, this line item right here, this $29.50. That would be the only thing.
No, Danny's been good to the county and he delivers.
How you know if you don't start expect setting in?
Ask her about 2 o'clock.
Usually there's a lot.
I'm just trying to look at the things that we buy bulk of. Bleach, you know, some of these things I'm not sure how much we buy, but like the paper towels here, let's see, 85.
Just about every department uses paper towels, toilet paper, trash bags. A lot of the items on here is jail use. I mean, there's no question about it when it comes to toothpaste, hygiene products, a lot of the deep cleaning products bought and used down at the jail on 5-gallon containers and things. And we sent this list, I think, out to every department from to kind of view it before we put it out to bid to make sure that we had everything covered.
Very serious. Some things, and it ain't no little bit on both sides. You know, one of them, their vinyl gloves is over twice as expensive as what CMSI's is. Then you get to the brown paper towels, and it's, you know, $25 over here, and it's $47 over here. You know, that's a big difference.
If I'm the one doing the order, and I'm gonna look.
Okay, reject both of them and let the judge negotiate with both companies.
I make a motion to reject both bids for the cleaning supplies and janitorial products and allow the judge to negotiate.
You might well just reject both bids and us get it where we can find it cheapest. But the problem is if countywide, you're gonna spend more than the bid price. I mean, there's no question about that. Then we're gonna get in trouble for not doing an annual bid.
Let the auditors write that up. I'll take that right up all day long. I've already told you all that before. I mean, I'm being a good steward of the taxpayers' money.
What's the difference in what we just did in the last 6 things?
Nothing.
All right, that was the motion.
Second, if somebody hasn't, second.
So, I guess, basically we're not getting a whole lot accomplished today, but we'll do the best we can.
What's
The difference to the judge is part of what he's saying, but there was a difference because there was no guarantee. This is the price for 1 year.
For 1 year.
Okay? This is the only bid that there is a price for 1 year. That is a price for 1 year. All the others were not.
So the passenger tires and all that?
No, they weren't there.
When did they fluctuate? I didn't see if they catch that.
But I think there were some things that one of them supplied that the other one didn't that we needed.
For availability.
Yeah, it was availability based on that one. This one was not an availability or a difference. You know, like, hey, this price is subject to the KPI or whatever.
I'm fine, whatever you want.
Okay, did y'all get that one back up here to Janice? 'Cause
No, I haven't
that-
got it.
That's all
The
one we had.
CPG one.
I got it right here.
You preached it very bad.
I preached it bad, scolded it.
Yeah, come on now.
Should have turned around and did what I
Sorry,
I'll tell you what.
about that.
Now that sounds like a politician, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
One infraction, lose my title.
I don't guess no difference there than it would be with gas, is it, Joe?
I mean, I think you all are doing the best you can, so if you show the reasons on this, I'm good with it.
Okay.
And like we've been doing the last 12 years I've been here, we'll probably have to write something up different next year because it seems to be a moving target, but you all are doing your due diligence.
Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
No.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Okay, I got a rock bed here, I skipped over.
Okay.
Said from, Hanson Aggregates. Nothing getting cheap.
Yes, sir.
Look like 23s are 1235, 8s are 1680, 11 1645, 4s 1240, China lining 1530, 57 1390. And I don't know what DGA is, but it's 1155.
Dense grade aggregate.
610's 1150. Where run 1040. Sand 1580, and egg line 1280.
Make a motion to accept the aggregate bid from Hanson's Aggregate as presented.
Second.
Okay, questions? Okay, not hearing any, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Okay, next item of business was the open yearly maintenance at the jail, plumbing maintenance, and I don't believe I got anything.
That's good.
Can I reach out to some folks maybe, but we need plumbing?
We can,
Yeah, I bet you it was an oversight from
I bet
Stewart
there's
and
an
Ritchie.
oversight too.
They
and,
had a great.
But we'll have to advertise it again. You know what I'm talking about, you know, we just can't.
I'll talk to them as soon as I leave here, because, I mean, I bet you that was just an
I
oversight.
think that's an oversight on their part. Okay, so we'll have to re-advertise that, Janice. Okay. Open annual bid for roof maintenance at the jail, got one bid.
That's great.
And according to the weather report, we can't get them here soon enough.
No, at least when it rains, so if it don't rain, we're good. You got plenty of catch pans?
Okay, roofer $58 an hour, sheet metal $60 an hour, foreman add $2, superintendent add $4. Equipment AED rental rates, material cost plus 15%. And that came from what, Preferred Roofing?
Did they say they could be here today in that bid?
Don't say anything about it.
They're in the parking lot.
Don't have a 24-hour turnaround or 48 hours.
I don't know how his service, he does that for a bunch of schools, and there is, for schools, bid documents about that thick, and there is language in there about their response time.
BG1 or BG, all that.
I read this earlier, Paducah Weather Service Enhanced risk for severe weather Wednesday afternoon and evening. The main hazards will be damaging winds, 60 to 70 mile an hour, large hail up to 2 inches, and a few tornadoes both ahead or within the long thunderstorm. Brief torrential rain will accompany the storm.
When is that supposed to happen?
Wednesday.
Tomorrow? Well,
We need to make a motion to buy some tarps for the jail.
we got a lot of buckets. Get some water.
There you go.
Go ahead. Plumbers, I think their labor rate's like 125.
Oh, they got the service call to show up too, and the emergency after all. All right, if you wanna.
Tyler. Weather report.
What did that come in, the carrier pigeon?
All right. Make a motion to accept the bid from Preferred Construction Services for the yearly roof maintenance at the jail.
Second.
You second it?
No, he did.
Okay.
I was just waiting.
Okay, y'all heard the motion and second. Is there any questions?
Yeah, so that's for effective now? Is it?
Correct. This was not an annual
Okay,
bid,
okay.
like the stuff we did in July to July. This is just, it's an annual bid, but it starts now.
So the jailer can leave here and call.
Call them and tell them, track on.
You want to take a picture of that sheet? You want to take a picture of that sheet since we've only got one?
Guess we better vote for it first.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes.
270-8427. The phone number.
Okay, next item of business
That's the
is,
only one we got, so Janice will want that.
He's taking a picture of it.
next item of business is to hold LGEA and CRA hearing. This has been publicly advertised. I don't see anybody here today. We just got to acknowledge that we did have this hearing.
Make a motion to acknowledge that we did have the hearing for the LGA and the LGEA and CRA.
Second.
Okay, is there any questions? Okay, not hearing any. Let's have a roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Okay, next item of business is public road hearing for the purpose of adding 415 feet of Bryan Road to the Logan County road system.
That's your history.
That we, what we'll need to do is accept the plan.
Okay.
Is that your road?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
It's off Newtown Road, subdivision.
Oh, yeah, up on the hill there.
So you need me to make a motion that we accept the plat to add to the county road system? Okay. Make a motion that we accept the plat for adding 415-foot Bryan Road to the Logan County road system. Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. And it has been platted off. I've got it down there at the office, anybody wants to see it. And it's a subdivision that's been approved by the planning and the commission. And so, if there's no comments, no questions, we'll have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes, sir. We thought we were gonna have an issue getting the right of way on this, but it's wider than we anticipated, 50 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, acknowledge Mud River Conference District and the Logan County Conservation District, South Logan Conservation District, and the North Logan. I guess when they do these one at a time, the COVID hit a few years ago when they sent these to us. The first one will be the Mud River Watershed Conservation District, and you see the budget there. And the minutes are attached. They didn't make any change in the taxing district. It's 0.135. 0.0135, let me restate that. So we need a knowledge of budget and then a knowledge of the tax rate.
One at a time?
I think that'd be the proper way to do it.
Usually you do the tax rate in the fall and you do the other tax rates.
Yeah.
We're just doing the budget
So
like you.
We're just acknowledging the budget, right?
Because they get to have an official form for the tax rate. That's different.
Well, we acknowledge the full tax rate at that time, no?
I don't think we have a full.
No, we didn't.
Okay, well, we can acknowledge the budget and then acknowledge the tax rate at another meeting.
I'll make a motion to acknowledge the Mud River Conservancy District budget.
Receipt of the budget.
Receipt of the budget.
Second. Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Now, question? Okay, let's have a roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Alden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Okay, next is North Logan. And, taxing district at, budget. We're the only county with two, conservation districts in the state. But they operate as one.
I'll make a motion to acknowledge the North Logan Conservation District receipt of budget for 2022 to 2023.
Second.
Okay. Let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Alden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Okay, now we got South Logan.
Go ahead, Tyler. I make a motion to acknowledge South Logan Conservation District receipt of budget for fiscal year 2022 to 2023.
Second.
Okay, got a motion second. Now, is there any question? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport.
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Alden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Okay, the next item of business is approve the contribution to Darrell Strawberry Festival in the amount of $200.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, is there any question? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Alden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Okay, next is set the compensation for elected officials and their deputies and assistants to be paid through the budget for the new term, the coroner, the deputy coroners, the masters, the deputy judge, finance officer, the county attorney, and assistant county attorney. And okay, I made some copies of, I just made 4 copies, on the county attorney.
You can give you a little background on where this.
Well, let me go through this part of it first, and then we'll give a little background. We need to do these in groups. Let's do it for elected official first. And we made an adjustment a few years ago for a coroner and the county attorney. Their salary right now is $36,594. And basically what we were paying the county attorney for was Logan County. We were just paying just $1.04 per capita. And I know that we've been working Joe pretty hard, and he's requested, well, shouldn't say he requested it, but he requested we look at it, and was asking for $40,500. Due to other counties, Monroe County's paying $1.67 per capita. Evans is paying $1.63, Simpson's paying $1.83 per capita. And even Butler County paying $1.21 at this time. And is there anything else you want to add to that?
What was that? I think current is like 28 or something. Because with the CPI, it was going to take it to 30. Where this came from is, we go to our conferences and, people will talk about that sort of thing. And in the last, it just happened that when we started talking to certain people, this is vastly different across a lot of parts of the state. And a lot of people just do the maximum allowable. There's a letter that comes out basically from the Attorney General's office saying what the maximum people can make is. That's about 60. And some counties that are smaller than us and some that are bigger but not that much actually pay that. This information actually came from the Allen County attorney. She contacted me and said, would you mind to share this with me? I'm trying to, my judge executive and I had spoken about giving me a raise and I was going to collect information. I said, sure, just share with me what you got. So I didn't go looking for this and found it. I will say that in the last 12 years, my county work has gone up immensely, and that's what this is about. I know Barry has asked me the last couple of years, and just trying to be the good steward and not wanting to look like I was being greedy. I didn't say anything. Honestly, when I talked to Logan, I think I could be entitled to more, but I also respect y'all and don't really want to argue over it, so I tried to go with something that I would be happy with. I know it's ultimately up to you all, but I am trying to be reasonable in this request, and just want y'all to consider it and do right by it.
And when does this take effect, Judge, when we make this motion?
This take effect January 1st.
January 1. I'm good. So comparatively speaking, if I was going to get paid approximately what Simpson County would under this similar 1.3 figure, that would be $50,000.
Here's a new motion.
Monroe County would,
from 4 years ago.
the Monroe County figure would be 45.
And of course, y'all got the salary for the coroner is $23,378, and then the master's total is $142.66. But I think it's the master's and the coroner are the same.
Yes, sir. I'm good.
We just need to make a motion to,
Thomas got a copy of the motion we done 4 years ago. And we need to add those numbers, I guess, Thomas.
So we're going to do the magistrate, county attorney, and the coroner in one motion, and then we're going to do the Deputy judge, executive finance officer, deputy coroner, assistant county attorney, and another motion.
He would be in his own motion.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Our county attorney would be in their own motion.
He's got the county attorney.
Well, that's what we did, that's what y'all did 4 years ago, but this is a totally,
Okay, you can do it.
what, I mean, I don't, you do.
Let me see, is that the old motion? I don't think I have it.
This is the one from 4 years ago, where we did that. But y'all are saying y'all want to do the county attorney.
Because his will be a different increase.
Well, I mean, you still do it all, you just.
So, yeah, so
You get your number right.
Yeah, 4 years ago, we did the actual number. Where is the list of all the numbers for everybody?
Write your number down beside it. In that motion right there. Write your number that you're going to suggest for that one.
Okay, that's for county attorney.
And then what was the number for the magistrate?
What is it in this?
Oh, yeah. I think the sheet's in there.
Hold on, I just saw.
What is it, just based off the 7% CPI?
It's 23,377.66.
23,337.66.
That's correct. And who's the next one?
Corner.
Corner's the same number, if I remember correctly. Yes, 23,377.66.
Okay.
All right, go down to the next motion. Let's go ahead and get these numbers.
Okay, assistant county attorney.
The assistant
21.4.
county. You got that number?
21.4.
You say so.
I think. Deputy corners.
Deputy coroner was 55.64.
Yeah.
And was there another one?
We still have
Do the deputy judge.
deputy judge.
That was 59,332.
Okay.
Any more?
Deputy. I don't think so.
All right, make the motion.
All right. Make a motion to approve to set the elected officials' annual salaries for magistrates, county attorney, and coroner for new term beginning January of 2023.
I think this was the number they had for magistrates and you got 66 cents, but over here it
Okay.
says 23,378.
Okay, for magistrates, 23,337. County attorney, 45,000. Coroner, 23,337.
78.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Both the magistrates and the coroner was 23,378.
Okay. The magistrates and coroner was $23,378.
Sorry about that.
All right.
Okay, now
That's that
what
motion.
do you say on the other?
45,000.
45? Okay.
Is that your motion?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, got a motion and a second. Questions?
No,
Okay, let's have a vote.
and then junk cars.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Abstain.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, now we'll set it on the assistants. Now, y'all should have that there in front of you. Deputy Judge, 59,332. Assistant County Attorney, 21,400. The Assistant Deputy Coroners would be 55,64 each.
Make a motion to set the elected officials, deputies, and assistants' annual salaries. The deputy judge to $59,332, assistant county attorney $21,400, deputy coroner $5,564.
Second.
Only question that I may have for discussion would, maybe Joe can give us a little feedback, is the assistant county attorney's salary increase in line with the duties having to be performed. If your duties went up exponentially over the last 4 years, my question would be as hers, or as this position.
I would say I would appreciate any consideration on that. I think Elizabeth is one of those things that is what I would say, we're lucky to have her in that role because she very well could serve in my role because it is what it is. I tried to take the majority of this. I'll say too, hers is a little bit different because she doesn't even get any retirement on this portion because you all are in a different system, I think. So, you know, she does do a lot of stuff behind the scenes and help me with stuff. So I think she's a bargain for what we get her at. So if you all are inclined to give her anything, I know there is plenty for her to do to earn it. She does have other abilities to make. I work her more in child support because she has ability to make money off of that, just because she is so valuable to me. But if you all were inclined to, I would say she would be well deserving of that from the duties to you all and to our law enforcement. And a big part of that would be just the fact that that is the base number. She doesn't have any retirement that goes into that either as well.
I would be inclined to increase that to, you know, somewhere between 23 and 25. I mean, that seems to be a reasonable.
Has the motion already been made?
Yeah, I'd have to amend my motion.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Makes sense. I'm okay with that.
Because we're losing no correlation. We do this
It is, right.
We do this one yearly. On the assistant county attorney, we do that yearly, I think, not the assistants. We did last year.
And she got the CPI. Is that, yeah, it has been since she's been.
Remember, because
Yeah,
I think
you-
you had advocated for something more last year.
Yeah.
On hers.
It doesn't matter to me. I mean, we'll just,
Okay,
Okay,
I'm gonna do it every
I'll-
4 years and only CPIs in between that. I'm more inclined to the higher than the next.
okay, I'll,
I think there's already a 6% figured into that. I'm not trying to.
Right, I understand. I'm just trying to get the basis. Sometimes when we've done that before in salary schedules, we just kept adding a few dollars to the basis and never really reevaluated what the job duties require. And I think this is the time to do it. But anyhow, I'm fine with whatever y'all decide.
I'll amend my motion to make the assistant county attorneys 24,000.
And I'll second.
Second.
Somebody, wait a minute.
Who did the
Second
original
while
second?
ago.
I don't.
No, I second it.
He did,
Oh,
Robert Earl seconded.
Okay, all right. You okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of doing that, won't you just withdraw your motion and make a new motion? Because we handled it on.
Because we hadn't voted for it yet.
Yeah, we haven't voted
Oh, we
yet.
hadn't ever, you
Yeah,
know.
okay, I'll just rescind my motion that I had.
You rescind your second.
And I said my second.
Okay.
All right, make you a new motion.
All right, I'll make a new motion. Make a motion to set the elected officials, deputies, and assistants' annual salaries for deputy judge at $59,332, assistant county attorney $24,000, and the deputy coroner $5,564.
And I second.
Good job. Sorry about that. I should have spoke sooner. I didn't mean to add the confusion, but just a thought come across my head after you made that motion.
Okay,
Be fair to her if we're gonna be fair to Joe.
Y'all heard the motion, we got a second. Question? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. We've, next item of business is to approve to remove, an encumbrance of $3,500 to Robert E. Byrd for rendering on the building of Humane Society. This has been on the books for quite a while. We turned it over to the Humane Society to think about what they would like to see drawn up, and I don't believe that Bob would do it for that amount of money now.
Okay, so you just want to remove it from the,
Encumbrance.
yep, I make the motion to do so, to remove the $3,500 on REBs for the rendering of the building of the Humane Society.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Question.
Just the only question I had, Judge, he did do 3 drawings. You're saying he never asked for the payment for that?
Now, what this was, Thomas, when you remember, he was gonna do an actual picture drawing. You know, and it was gonna be used to maybe, for the Humane Society to,
Promote. Okay.
and come up with, maybe some donations.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about, which is, that hadn't happened, and I think that the Humane Society did get a pretty good donation a week or two ago.
Okay.
I understand I got it, but I'd be afraid to say, and don't want to talk about it, they don't want to talk about it, so,
Headed in the right direction.
yeah. So, anyhow, let's have roll call. It was second one.
Yes. Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, executive session, we don't know of anything we got today for that, post agenda.
I got one small thing that I want to bring up, and Jason loves me for it. So I've talked to, we have a committee now that's consists of about the radio system. We made that last year or some time ago, and I've spoken to all of them. We're all in agreement that we're ready to look at get some official specs to put out for bid some additional towers for the radio system. And we're going to continue to work on that, and hopefully within the next meeting or two, we'll have the specs needed to put out for bid additional radio towers, or impossible moving of some of the others to put that out for bid. I just wanted to update the court on that. Get y'all heads up.
I understand that I got from talking to Derek, the consoles down there are the most pressing thing right now.
Well, it's all real important. I mean, consoles and these additional towers. We've been kicking that can down the road for a while, and Derek has been, has assessed the system for a while now, and he's got it pretty much pinpointed on where we need to have our different towers to make us have the best coverage, and that is just as important as you're talking about the Z-Tron console. We got to get that replaced too. 911 stuff. We just got to do it. We can't. I think there's one thing that people won't have a problem with, and that's when they hit 911, they want to make sure that everything's 100% efficient. And those are two different things. One being the console that we got to have, and one being that we need to add another tower and relocate to. So that's just preliminary talks of it. Derek has more details, and we'll get those specs for the entire court in the next couple of meetings or so to talk about putting that out for bid. So I just wanted to update everybody on it. We've got to get, like I said, we hired Derek to come in here and tweak our system the best he can. He knows our system like the back of his hand. He knows what we need. He knows what it needs to have full coverage. And the towers are something that you'll always have to have, the infrastructure will always be there. Where you get your radio system, you put that equipment on the same antennas. So, we're just, after talking with everybody, we're ready to move forward on what we invested, what we invested with Derek at his time. He's done a good job, and we'll get those specs together within the next couple meetings, I hope. That's all that.
I need,
No, go ahead.
I need to request a road hearing to remove some road footage, but I don't have the exact number. Kelly's got it, but I'll have to get it from him.
Why are we removing it? What road
So
is it and why are you
it's
removing it?
Devil's Backbone. It's a dead-end road, and the people at the end of the road know they don't want the county or anybody else to drive in front of their house. So I talked with the judge and Kelly, and the easiest way to do that is to remove it from the road.
They're the
So-
only ones on
Is it gravel?
It's gravel, and there's about 5 houses on it, and so now the second to the last house, 50 foot past their driveway is where the road's going to end.
I got you.
Well, okay, that's why I'm not with you. Does the rest of the people want it off too?
Nobody else is getting it removed. It's just going to be about 300 feet.
Oh, I got
into
you,
the
and you
road.
let make a turnaround.
Well, we're going to back it up to the second to the last driveway, and that's where the county road's going to end.
Oh, okay.
And he's the only landowner from that house on. back.
Yes.
He's the
As a
only-
matter of fact, yeah, the
Okay. Yeah, he's
the
the only
easement
owner,
goes
and he's
straight
the one that
into
wants
his
it.
land.
That sounds like it makes sense, but I will tell you, I'm always leery of removing a road because the taxpayer has paid for it, has kept it up. Sometimes we have had, when I first came on court, somebody wanted something made a road, and 2-3 years later, after it was built, made, maintained, then they requested it go off. And that I'm not down for that at all.
So when you go to the end of this road, you actually end their driveway. So when our dump trucks
Sometimes
that
ask
turn around,
for that to be a county road. And for how many years has the taxpayer, paid for it? But it may make sense. Now, if it was a paved road, I'm a no
Yeah,
vote.
no, I wouldn't.
I'm a no vote all day long on that. But
Right.
a gravel road, we are cutting our liability out, so it sounds like this one would make sense, but I'm always leery of asking to
It
remove
makes
a road.
sense to me, really.
Well,
Just won't have to do
yeah,
it.
until that place sells and then
Yes.
somebody wants it back on the county road.
Of course, that's right too.
I mean, hey, it's Jason's district, so it's up to him.
I
but
mean, I'll
it's-
vote however he wants.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you.
well, I mean, I can get more. I can get more details. I ain't got to be done right this second. I can get like a aerial or something and just show y'all why it makes sense.
Yeah.
And like I
Well, I think that would be good, 'cause I know the road, but, I just wanted to make a comment.
yeah, no, that's perfectly fine.
I got somebody right now wanting to make a county road all the way up in front of their house. I put a road on not long ago, now somebody's complaining that traffic is back there. Don't ask me to take it off, but I won't never take it off. Taxpayer funded that road, and they got every right to be there, as much as they want to be there. And I told you that when you made it a county road.
I've been on the other end, people want to put it back on after it's been off, and it's a nightmare.
I'll take some pictures and make a drawing, and we can do it.
It's up to you.
Because it's not
but-
it's not nothing present. We don't. It's just it's a landowner request, and it go like when you drive down the road, you'll see survey pins on each side of the road showing their land, and you drive right into their front door and turn around. And I bet you, I wish Kelly was here. I bet a dump truck can't turn around down there.
Better end this meeting, like Janice is choking on water.
All right, so I'm good. We'll talk about that another day.
I make a motion with Joe.
Second. I'm ready.
You ready, Jim?
Okay, everything, motion to adjourn takes precedence at all times, so, let's have roll call.
Davenport. Wright.
Yes.
Harper.
Yes.
Kyle.
Yes.
Bolden.
Yeah.